Hello everyone, welcome to Tasty City. My name is Hope, and in today's video I'll be showing you how I made this yummy, delicious and mouth-watering okra soup. If you're interested to see how I made this, keep watching, and please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe if you are not already, and also click on the bell icon beside the subscription button. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. With that being said, let me introduce you to the ingredients and let's get started. So for this recipe, we'll be needing all these ingredients, and for my protein of choice, I've got some beef, cow food, tripe, and some smoked mackerel fish. Feel free to use any protein of your choice. I've got some fresh okra, which is the star of this dish. For my vegetable, I'll be using spinach. You can also use pumpkin leaves or kale. I'm also going to be using some mushrooms, which is totally optional. You can skip the mushrooms. If you don't eat mushroom, please omit it. I've got some blended OKPEHE. You can also use DAWADAWA. I've got some blended crayfish. I've got some palm oil, sweet peppers, onions, scotch bonnet peppers, seasoning cubes, and some salt to taste. For more detailed list, please check the description box below. I'll be listing everything there. So let's get cooking. So to begin this recipe, I'll start by blending one onion from the two I introduced earlier, and I'll be using this to cook the meat, but however, feel free to chop yours if that's how you prefer. I'm also going to be blending 2 scotch bonnet peppers along with the onion. You can feel free to reduce the amount of scotch bonnet peppers. Just add them according to your heat tolerance, but for me, when it comes to slimy soups like okra and ogbono, I like my hot and spicy. Okay guys, I'm done blending. I'm just going to be adding the blended ingredient to the meat. To that, I'll crush in 2 beef seasoning cubes. Add some salt to taste. Next, I added some water to rinse out the cup where I blended the onion and pepper. I'm just going to add that in. Then I'll give this a very good mix to combine. I'll cover and allow this to cook down for about 10 minutes, and I'll be back to add more water. So while the meat is cooking, I'll quickly blend up my remaining ingredients, which is my sweet peppers, scotch bonnet peppers, and onion. So the next thing I'm going to do is to quickly debone the smoked mackerel fish, and you can also use dry fish for this recipe, but for me, my okra soup is never complete without smoked mackerel fish. Like, I just love the taste of smoked mackerel fish in my okra soup. The meat has been cooking for 10 minutes now. At this point, I'm going to top up more water, and I'll allow it to cook further for additional 10 minutes, and I'll be back to take out the beef. The next step is to cut the okra, and you can feel free to process yours whichever way you want them to be, whether hand cut, grated or blended. For me, I'm going to be hand cutting mine. Sometimes I do blending when I'm lazy. Sometimes I do a combination of hand cut, grating and blending. Like I just do this three method in one soup. But today I just feel like cutting all of them, so choose whichever method you want yours to be, and let me know in the comment section, how do you like your okra, grated, hand cut or blended? Okay guys, so in total this meat has been cooking for 20 minutes. At this point I'll be taking out the beef and I'll be sending the beef to grill in a preheated 180 degrees Celsius oven for between 12 to 15 minutes. This step is totally optional, so once I'm done I'm going to cover back the pot and allow the cow foot and tripe to cook for additional 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so next I'm just prepping the rest of my ingredients, which is my mushrooms, and lastly I'm going to be chopping up my spinach. And like I said earlier, if you don't like mushroom, please omit it. Like just throw it out from the window or just pretend you didn't see these mushrooms, okay? So the beef is out from the oven after grilling for 15 minutes, and this is what they looks like. Like I said earlier, it is totally optional. You don't have to grill yours. Over there I've got the tripe and cow foot, and here is the meat stock. So let's get cooking. In a clean dry pot, I'll be adding about half cup of palm oil for the quantity of soup I'm making. Please do not bleach this palm oil. Once it heats up, I'll go ahead and add in my blended pepper and onion. Give that a good stir and then add in 2 beef seasoning cubes, and I'll let this fry for about 10 to 12 minutes. So you want to fry this on a medium heat and stir often to avoid the pot from burning. So the sauce has been frying beautifully on a medium heat for like 12 minutes. At this point I'll go ahead and add in the okra, and I'll be frying this on a high heat until I see the elasticity or until the okra begins to release its slime, and this process should take about 3 to 4 minutes thereabouts. So there you go guys, can you see the elasticity or the sliminess of the okra? So this is exactly what I'm talking about. At this point I'm just going to go ahead and begin to loosen this up bit by bit with the meat stock. Now it is totally up to you the consistency you want your soup to be, whether thick or light. For me, I'm going to be making this in such a way that when I'm reheating this soup I don't have to add any more water, because adding water to this soup for me is just like washing away the taste of the soup. Yeah, so you can feel free to do you, just feel free to, you know, make the consistency of the soup anyhow you want it to be. So once that process is completed, the next step is to add in the cooked cow foot and tripe. Next I'll add in the grilled beef. Add in the OKPEHE and blended crayfish. So once that step is completed, I'll mix this very well so that every ingredient will get to mingle, talk to each other, marry each other very well, and then I'll add in our smoked mackerel fish and the mushroom. After adding the smoked mackerel and mushrooms, I'll stir and test for seasoning, adjust if needed, and then I'll allow this to cook down on a medium heat for 5 minutes and then add in our vegetable, and guys, we are done cooking. This smells so delicious. Just take a look at this pot, guys, and tell me you don't want to dive in. So after testing for seasoning, I needed to adjust by adding a little bit of salt. So I'm going to add in some salt and then stir and allow to cook down for additional 5 minutes. So finally guys, we are done cooking. Like once I add in the vegetable, I'll give it a very good mix and then turn off the cooker because we are done cooking. Yeah, so I don't like to overcook my veggies. Once I give it a very good stir, I'm going to turn off the cooker. So guys, we've come to the end of today's video, and you can pair this soup with any swallow of your choice, but for me, eba will always be the perfect swallow for Nigerian okra soup. So if you enjoyed watching this video, please go ahead and give me a big like by clicking on the like button. And if you are new to my channel, you've watched to this point, if you like what you see, please consider subscribing by clicking on that red button there that says subscribe, and also click on the bell icon beside the subscription button and choose the all notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. So thank you all so much for watching. Until I come your way next time with another tasty, delicious and mouth-watering recipe. Bye for now.